gentle people, one. So welcome back to the channel, and of course it's time for another Boruto discussion. Don't know, of course I'm recording this literally right after my video that I would have put up before regarding Boruto destroying his friends essentially. So definitely check that video out. I would appreciate it. But yo, welcome back to the channel, everyone. Hope you're having a great day, or night, noon, whatever the case may be. If you're new here, welcome. Of course, spoilers about there's going to be spoilers for this video. So anime only is fair warning. But let's get right into it. So as you can tell by the thumbnail, video title, Cyborg, Naruto and Sasuke. It's very wild when you think about it, but I think with the way how things are going in the Boruto manga right now, I don't think it's too outside the box to think that's going to be the case, especially with a person like Amado there in the village now, who can lend his resources, mind and talents to the Scientific Ninja Research Institute, specifically Katasuke, in developing more resources, more weaponry for Konoha in the grand scheme of things. And with Naruto no longer having Kurama and Sasuke no longer having the Rinnegan and still missing an arm, I think this is the right time for, you know, these two characters to do what they can to, you know, get with the times and, you know, compensate for the losses that they've had in the recent fight against Ishiki and Momoshiki. So I think this might be the best move going forward for Naruto to not only, you know, get an arm specifically designed through a collaboration of Katasuke and Amado, but also Sasuke to get, you know, that, you know, cyborg eye and a cyborg arm more than likely, because in the grand scheme of things, even though I've been saying since, you know, basically chapter 40, which is, I was more than a year ago, that, you know, things are underway for Naruto and Sasuke to actually leave the story, or not necessarily leave, but kind of take more of a back burner to allow Boruto and Kawaki and Boruto's generation to really carry the story, even though you could say it's more so being carried by Kawaki and then Boruto. But it is what it is. But I think I don't see these characters, Naruto and Sasuke specifically, just, you know, standing by right now. And I think especially when it comes on to two specific statements, I think this more like will be the case for Naruto and Sasuke to get those cybernetic upgrades, where, well, 3 points, where one, the theme of, you know, surrounding the statement of Kawaki in the flash forward saying that, you know, the age of shinobi is over. Two, at the same time, in contrast to that, Sasuke is saying during the, you know, the Momoshiki arc that the soul of a shinobi, no matter what the age, always remains the same. And three, the fact that Amado can, you know, he's able to engineer, you know, cyborgs or just, you know, weaponry that can be on par with the recent display that we saw Jigen, well, relatively recent display that we saw Jigen put on against Naruto and Sasuke. So those three things considered, I think it is going to be only logical for Naruto. It wouldn't be a problem given how their characters are and how their mindset is right now, given those 3 points, for them to actually take up cybernetic enhancements. I mean, Naruto has already been on his way through his advocation and, you know, promotion of his, you know, scientific ninja weapon hand essentially. So it's not like some far-fetched, wild, out-of-the-box theory that I'm coming up with here. So there's that. And it would be interesting at the end of the day. I think when it comes on to the Boruto manga, it would be good for the choreography, because even though I think a lot of persons aren't really feeling the scientific ninja weaponry, I've always, or for the most part, probably not always, but for a good chunk of time of, you know, reading and watching Boruto, I've always thought that scientific ninja weapons have, you know, they've always had the potential to improve not only the choreography of the fights in the manga, but bring back these earth-shattering battles that they've been having at the end of the Shippuden. At least add some tactics back to the fights essentially, once, you know, persons are figuring out what these gadgets are doing, yada yada yada. The only problem I've always seen is the cliche thing of nullify ninjutsu, absorb ninjutsu. So yeah, that's the thing. That's the only like cliche thing I think that they kind of need to diversify. So yeah, but seeing Naruto and Sasuke with like cybernetic enhancements would be interesting. But that in conjunction with them like going back to train, essentially, I think even though these characters are being phased out in a sense, they still will have major relevance to the story. Obviously, I think that's obvious, even though they're being phased out. So yeah, so Cyborg Sasuke. And given how, you know, ridiculous the third point that I mentioned with Amado being able to, you know, create cyborgs that are like ridiculously powerful, I think with the loss of like, you know, Sasuke's Rinnegan, I think he'll be able to get a very suitable replacement for it in conjunction with another arm. Of course, in terms of the arm, it has, you know, symbolic meaning for him to not have his arm. But I did a whole video in terms of the fact that Sasuke has, you know, completed his symbolic journey of not having an arm essentially. So I think it would be interesting to see how he views getting another arm. It's there's potential there for some, I guess, character progression, character growth, or character arc coming full circle with him accepting another arm. So there's benefit to even Sasuke's character there as well. There's more than just a power upgrade option there when it comes on to Sasuke getting another arm outside of that. So the long and short of it, essentially, this whole cybernetic route has a lot of benefits. Essentially, it has potential for Naruto and Sasuke to remain relevant with everything that's going on now, and the revelations that we had in chapter 56 with a bunch of cyborgs that are, you know, stronger than Jigen. But at the same time, it allows Naruto and Sasuke to fit in with the theme that, you know, the Boruto story is pushing, but at the same time paying respect and honoring what it means to be a shinobi from the original Naruto at the same time. So I think it's a good mesh there, all things considered, if you ask me. Granted, I could be talking nonsense and just, you know, spitballing here, who knows, but hey, it is what it is. But yeah, but anyway, let me know what you guys think. Would you want to see Cyborg Naruto and Cyborg Sasuke? I think it would be an interesting dynamic, as I've laid out in this, you know, maybe my points here for the most part. There's a lot of potential, not only for them being, you know, consistently remaining relevant going forward for now, but in terms of just aligning these old characters with the new age themes of the story. You know, these are themes I would say have been there from, you know, the beginning, or at least the Boruto Naruto the movie era. So I think it all works out for the most part. But anyway, let me know what you think. It's been pretty much like almost a random ramble, but I think it has relevance with what's happening in the story right now. But anyway, thanks for tuning in, especially if you made it this far. Leave a like if you did. And I'll see you in the next Boruto video.